So we're going to venture as we've attuned our spells and we're ready to go. We're going to venture down this ladder. And here we are. This is right underneath the tower. So immediately we're greeted by this guy. These guys are pretty tough. I would suggest hitting with spells. You got one sleeping here, so he will wake up and attack. So I can wake him up first, then spell. That way he doesn't decide to come and haunt us, if you will. So we go over here. There's one more. These guys are tricksy hobbits. So we have more soul arrows now. We can kind of use them a little bit more. As I mentioned, the running theme, locked doors right there, as well as this door here, are both locked. So we will open those later. Dark Souls have a very kind of nested design. This one is not quite as nested as Dark Souls 1 or 3 because Miyazaki didn't design it, but it has a similar game design. Right, so this is where it gets a little dicey. We're going to go up this tree, and you can go to the left or you can drop down here. I'm going to drop down. We've already spec'd to have a lot of arrows, so I'm going to go ahead and use them because they're going to shoot arrows at me, so why not shoot arrows at them? Be really careful here, we're about to die. Hit Estus, Estus. There we go. Move. Cool. You could dodge those. There's a lot of arrows coming in, a lot of attacking. So if you're really good, you can dodge those though. That simple. Okay, so we need to leap over here. I almost missed that one. Try not to get hit by arrows, but that happens. Cool. So killed him, and we're gonna drop down here. Didn't need to jump. Another human effigy. I can't remember. I don't think there's anything here. Just a hole, and I don't see a bottom to that, so I'm not dropping down. Here we'll find our first friend that we find out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Cale. I'm a traveler like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map.
Just keep talking.
Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was a curse? Something about a curse. How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home, well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no. That wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall. Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion. What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in Majula soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure. I'll be back in Majula soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
Well, so, like with any RPG, just keep talking until you exhaust those dialogue choices. Because that right there got us the key to the mansion in Majula. So we'll go back there shortly. Go ahead and life gem. I don't really need to, but just to be safe. So we already killed this archer, so we're good to go there. Drop down. And go back to the start right over here. It's the yeah, where we started the level, or this section, if you will. So I'm gonna go ahead and come up here. This is our first big challenge of the area. This guy is really tough, but if you get him to hit these barrels like that, he'll kill himself almost. Well, he killed me there, but we'll try that again. This game's all about dying and retrying, and dying and retrying, so. Still have not used a human effigy. Proud of that. We may use one. We'll probably use one in a bit. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting to unlock something. Because I want to hold those for later if I can. So just run through here. Ignore those guys. We already killed them before. We've already finished that area. Grab your souls. And see if we can cheese this guy into attacking this barrel. Don't destroy the barrel in doing so, though. There we go. So it really helps out. I mean, he does a ton of damage to himself. You get him to hit himself twice, and he'll just completely kill himself. If you want to do that. Since we're playing a caster, we get a little bit of range here. Kind of knock out these guys that may cause some frustration otherwise. I'm going to try to get him to blow these up, though. Let's see if he'll do that. I wanted him to. He's not doing what I want. He's blocking with a shield. Attack while he's attacking. Hit him. This is why we got more spells. almost. There we go. Not the way I wanted to do it, but still a lot of soul arrows. Let's go ahead and Estus. So I was trying to get him to blow up these barrels here. This is actually a shortcut that I wanted to open. So we're gonna get that later, I guess. Now there is stuff to do through here and to the right. I'm gonna come back here later. What I'm gonna do first is come. Actually, well, let me cheese this real quick. Thought about waiting, but I should not have cornered myself like this. I thought about waiting to do this, but that'll make it a little easier to go through this next area. Great soul arrow, so that's another spell we could switch out one of our soul arrows for. Slower but more powerful. That's Pate down there. It's going to be another area to go into in a bit. I'm going to circle back to that though. Right. I'm trying to remember how I got up there earlier. I remember. It's through here. Thought I'd wake him up. Thought he was going to follow me. So I just thought since we went ahead and killed those guys, we can drop down here. They have a chest. Let me just make sure there's nothing over here. I don't think there is. Nope. So we can drop down here and grab this chest. Mailbreaker and an infantry helm. So the Mailbreaker is a dexterity item that we may switch out to. Another close combat sword. So we may want to use that. Now there's no real way to go other than down. So we're going to roll. A little damage, not too bad. Homer bone and a life gem. Very cool. So, another locked door. Lots of locked doors will be opening soon. That's where it gets annoying. It's like, I almost killed him. He's going to do 3 attacks. Then you're free to stab them. I could use another spell, but I think I need to conserve these. There we go. Ooh, Radiant Life Gem is going to do even more healing. So, this rather dangerous climb on the sword is a trap. So, always be wary. Again, if you're a sorcerer, just stand here, spam those spells. This is why we saved them. You could try to stab them. Just careful your footing, because that fall will kill you. Let's go grab... So a halberd and a Soul of Nameless Soldier. Halberd is going to be a big sword. We're not going to really use it. But if you're playing melee character, it's pretty good stuff. Throwing knife. Throwing knife. Cool. Now, again, it's bait. You see this guy right here. So we killed one earlier by cheesing him, but I'm just spam spells for this guy. That's why we save spells. That's why we save spells if we can. This is a rather large run. It's a pretty long run of, you know, killing enemies. If you die on the way, don't feel bad. There's a lot of room for error. Everyone makes mistakes. I make a lot of them. So here we are, and if you didn't recognize this already, this opens up to the ladder area right here. So here we are. We unlocked that door, which is going to unlock a little shortcut. There's that one of those soldiers there, guy who woke up. So we just unlocked a shortcut to the first boss. So I'm going to go ahead and rest at the bonfire. Use a human effigy, then rest. We're going to do a boss run, so I want to have all my life. So humanity restored. Now I look pretty again. Rest at the bonfire.